Hi guys, I'm Sarah and I play a lot of Mercy. Today I'm going to talk about my control settings that I use when I play Mercy because this is something that I've gotten a lot of questions about. So before we start, I'm just going to briefly sort of go through what they are right now, and then I'm going to head to the practice range and talk through my rationale for all three of them. So first up here you can see I have toggle beam connection on. That means that I will be healing my teammate even with my hands off the mouse. I just like tap the button and like the healing occurs. I don't have to hold it down. I also have Guardian Angel Prefers Beam Target off, and that one's kind of complicated, so I won't even bother explaining it now. And then I have Toggle Guardian Angel off. So let's go to the practice range, and I will talk through why I have chosen these settings. I should warn you that if you've used the practice range before, you may know that it really likes to kick you out for an activity super fast. So it might be a little bit tense going to the screen to change the controls so I can show you guys how it works in different ways, but hopefully we won't get kicked out.
I'll be watching over you.
So, the first one is, I was saying that I have toggle beam connection on. And so the way this works is I clicked a button to begin healing my teammate.
Let's get you back out there.
But you'll notice that I can take my hands off the mouse and the healing continues. And that's because it's toggled on or off. And so I can switch to the damage boost if I want using the key for that, but I don't actually have to do anything else. I'm just healing by default. And so the reason, well, so let's look at what it looks like if we have that the other way. Toggle beam connection off. You'll notice that I'm healing, but as soon as I like take my hands off, I stop healing. So it like it's just as long as I'm clicking the mouse button. And so when you see people doing this, you know that they have toggle off. So this I don't like as much because I have to focus on like the status of my beam, and that's something that like really, as long as I'm alive, I would rather just be healing someone. There are very few circumstances where I would prefer to not be healing someone, like maybe I don't want the enemy team to know where I am, but for the most part, I just always want to be healing someone. It doesn't hurt anybody for me to just always have this happening. And so by having toggle beam connection on, I just never have to think about it. I can think about like switching between damage and health, but aside from that, I don't actually have to think about am I healing or not, like, oh, I forgot to heal them. Or like I got distracted and I took my hand off the mouse button and now they're not getting healed. Like I would just like to always have them healed all the time, no matter what. So the next thing, I'm going to do these out of order. I'm going to talk about, just a moment, or I'm going to talk about Toggle Guardian Angel. So the way Toggle Guardian Angel works, as you know, Guardian Angel is like this functionality where you zoom to a teammate really fast, or like a corpse of a teammate. And the reason, so the way Toggle works is very similar to how Toggle Beam Target works. If you toggle it, you like press it once to turn it on, and then you press it again to turn it off. And when you have toggle set to off, you, just like with the beam, you have to actually hold the button down to go the whole route. And so you can let go of the button halfway there, and it will cut off the Guardian Angel. Now, the reason that I like using toggle off and having to actually hold the mouse button down when I move is because oftentimes I want to just go a small distance. So like right here, I'm just gonna tap the button, and as soon as I let go of it, I move this really short distance. And like 9 times out of 10, I don't know if those are actually real numbers, but most of the time, when I'm in a game, I don't actually want to be up close to my teammate. I don't want to end up here when I Guardian Angel to them. I want to end up, you know, maybe if I'm coming back from spawn, sure, then, and like we haven't gotten to the action yet, then I want to get really close to them. But most of the time, I want to get like a little ways to them. I want to get like halfway down. Or if it's somebody who's way up high, let's see if I can get this guy. If it's someone who's way up high, I want to get like halfway there and actually stay down here behind the wall, because I don't want to be the target that I'll be if I'm like up on top, if I actually go right up all the way to him. And so I really frequently will only go half of the way to a teammate that I'm intending to heal, and then I'll heal them while I plan where I'm going to go next. And so you can do that with toggle on. Let's see what that looks like. Oops. Oh no, I forgot to make Mercy. Is it gonna kick me out?
Stay here.
So if we turn on toggle, then I just tap the button once and I go all the way there. And so if I want to get halfway there, I have to tap it and then tap it again. And so like there's this sort of natural delay in how long it takes me to like to decide when to tap it the second time to stop it. But it means that I have this like extra amount of sort of cognitive load that I have to deal with and I have to like be faster. There's less flexibility because there's just less time to press the button twice than there is time to press the button once. So that's why I use. So that's why I have toggle off for this. So let me put that back. Don't kick me out. So all right, excellent. So now I can jump halfway to people. So now the big one is Guardian Angel prefers beam target. So a lot of people ask me how this works. So I'm going to explain it first. So Guardian Angel, as we have established, is when you zoom to your teammate. The yellow lines coming out of my staff are the beam, and so Guardian Angel prefers beam target means that if I'm facing away from my teammate or they're not on screen, I can use Guardian Angel and it'll still pull me to them, even though I didn't just like put a cursor on them. And so like right now, I have to actually like see this guy for this like diamond cursor icon to appear, or see this guy. I have to have that line of sight to be able to jump to them. But let's see what happens if I turn off Guardian Angel prefers, or sorry, if I turn on Guardian Angel prefers beam target. Don't kick me out. I'm doing it really fast. So Guardian Angel prefers beam target. Now I'll turn it on.
Target down.
Let's see what happens here. So if I'm healing this guy, and I look over here, and I hit shift, it pulls me over here to the guy that I'm healing, because that's where my beam is connected. And so a lot of people have told me that they really like this setting, because it lets you go through walls to get to your teammates. And like, this confused me for a really long time, because I would come here to the practice range, and I'd be like, okay, let's see it take me through a wall. And then that would happen. And like, I would get stuck by the wall trying to get to my teammate. And so I said, what are these people talking about? So many people have told me this. And so I finally figured out what the deal is. And the deal is that it only happens under a very specific circumstance, and that's when you're Guardian Angeling to your teammate, and the extra like distance that you need takes you up, like vertically. So let me go up here to this guy. Oh, so I couldn't get the cursor because I was using him. So let's go up here to this guy. So if I fall off, but I still am connected to him via the beam, watch how much vertical, like, oomph the game gives me when I try to Guardian Angel to him. Here we go.
Right beside you.
And so I was, like, falling off the map to my doom, and then I was able to Guardian Angel to him because the beam was still unbroken. So, like, that's pretty nice. It's a compelling value proposition. I can see why people like that. However,
I'm taking care of you.
for me, I don't think it is compelling enough to outweigh the benefits I get from not using this feature, which I'll talk about in a second. So the first thing to note is you don't get that oomph for like an infinite height. So like, let's see here. Let me fall off, and you'll notice that I don't get like, well, okay, I did in that case, but sometimes you can't quite make it. Okay, well, I made it in that case too, but you don't get like infinity. That's almost the distance. I've tried this a few times while I was preparing to make this video, and a lot of times you just don't make it. So that's one thing. So you have to be going a particular height. Now, it is a significant height boost that you get, so I mean, that's not nothing. But the other thing, and the thing that I think is more limiting, is that you only can do it while your beam is actually connected to your teammate. And as we all know, if your beam gets interrupted and like a wall goes between them, then it's gonna break. So like there, my beam broke. So if I fall down here, if I wait too long, my beam breaks, and it doesn't matter like that I was connected to him. I can't actually recover from that. So like that's definitely pretty limiting. You have to be connected and still be connected. Just a second. You have to be connected and still be connected. Come on, guy. This guy and I have been playing cat and mouse for a long time today. And so you have to still be connected to be able to get back up. And so it means that there's like a very narrow window of time before like you're just the same way you were before. And so that would still be a significant benefit, and I would still probably use this feature if it didn't have this other drawback to me. So So something that I frequently do when I'm healing as Mercy is that I will start to heal someone and then I will sort of forget about them. And I don't mean I forget about like what their healing status is, because I'm seeing right on my screen, like I'm seeing right here on my screen, like I'm seeing their health and I'm hearing their health, so I know what the status is. But I guess what I mean is I forget about what they're doing or where they are, and I don't have to invest any further thought in thinking about them anymore. And so one of the nice things that I can do with that is I can heal someone and then be like looking over here for whom am I going to heal next? Who might be attacking me? Who's ulting? Is there a widow who can see me? And I can be really focusing on all that. And I can still zoom around. So like right here, let's say if I'm healing, if I'm healing this guy and a Genji comes out and I have Guardian Angel Prefers Beam target on, all I can do is go back to him. Now, if I really need to leave, if I feel like I'm in danger, I can stop healing him and then Guardian Angel this guy and then, you know, Guardian Angel back. But I have to stop healing him to do it. And so, like, if every time I need to move around, I have to stop healing my current person, that's like a really, really huge hit to the amount of healing that I can do in the game and the amount of attention that I can focus on keeping myself alive. And so, let's look at what happens if I don't have Guardian Angel for First Beam target on. So, just a second. Don't kick me out, Overwatch. I promise I'm still here. So if I turn this off, then what I can often do is, like, let's say I want to heal this guy and there's a Genji who's ulting. What I'll often do is like zoom back and forth here and like zoom back to this other guy, and I'll be able to do a lot of moving around while this guy is getting healed. I'm doing all this healing work and I don't have to think about it at all. I can put all of my attention on whom I want to, like what my surroundings are, what kind of danger I'm in, without having to, while still like accomplishing this goal. And so I do, like, generally sort of the thought process that I use when we're in like some super terrible fight and everybody's dying and I'm healing people like crazy is I just say that person's low and I like fire and forget. I start healing them and then I'm like, where else do I need to be? Okay, I'll be over here. And so oftentimes what I'll do is I'll like zoom to someone, I'll put my heal beam on, and then I'll like zoom somewhere else and then put my heal beam on them. And especially for like squishy people like a Genji or a Tracer, they're so fast to heal up that I don't even have to think about them anymore. It's just like done, and now I'm on to the next guy. And so that's, for me, like, that's just a tremendously huge benefit. It makes it so much easier for me to keep myself alive with that functionality.
Let's get you back out there.
And it makes me able to like do so much more healing for my team with that functionality that it's just like, it just tips the scales like a huge amount against Guardian Angel Prefers Beam target, and especially for that small number of cases where I fall off the map, which doesn't really happen to me that often anyway, and I've fallen off the map, but the beam hasn't broken yet, and I can still go to my person. So like, I think that's about it. That really makes the decision just trivial for me because I can just be so much more effective this way. So I hope that made sense. I feel like these Mercy settings are, here, I'll leave this, it'll kick me out here in a moment. I feel like these Mercy settings are kind of confusing when people see them. It's really sort of counterintuitive the way they're named, I think, or at least non-intuitive the way they're named, to know like what all these terms are going to mean. But just to recap again, as you can see, I have Toggle Beam Connection on, I have Guardian Angel Prefers Beam Target off, and I have Toggle Guardian Angel off. So so this is what works well for me. A lot of people have really good reasons for using different settings. I'm not saying like those people suck or like my settings are the best settings, but this is what has, I think, I've tried a bunch of different combinations, and this is the one that has resulted in me being the most effective as Mercy with the way that, with my play style. So your mileage may vary, and I hope this is helpful. I hope it makes it a little bit more clear what the costs and benefits are. Also, I wanted to, just a moment, I wanted to go to this screen, and thank all of my Patreon supporters who contributed to my channel and to all the Overwatch videos that I make. So you can see all of their wonderful names here. If your name isn't on the list but you are a Patreon supporter, it's probably because you subscribe or you pledged very recently, and so you just aren't on the list at the time that I'm recording this video. So thank you to everybody who supports me. Also, I stream right here on YouTube a few times a week, and Mercy is definitely one of my mains. and I really enjoy playing Mercy. So if you like watching Mercy play, if you watch my stream, you're likely to see a lot of Mercy play. I announce my streams in advance on Twitter, so if you can follow me on Twitter up here, I'm Overwatch Sarah. That's a good way to find out when I'm going to be streaming. And I think that's it. Is that all the things? I think that's it. Oh yeah, if you're a nice person, and especially if you're a Mercy main, I would love it if you guys would come and join us in my Discord server, which you can see down here in the corner, discord.sarahwatch.tv. A whole bunch of us hang out in there, and we're nice people, and we like nice people, and we talk about Overwatch and talk about our lives. And so you guys are welcome to join us if you're nice. If you're not nice, don't come and join us. I think that's about it. Okay, I hope you guys have a good time with the Mercy settings, and I would encourage you to try different ones and see what works for you. Like, it might just be that your playstyle works with a different mode than it does for me. So try the different ones, and you'll definitely have like a learning curve to get to the place that you want to be, but and so it might be a little bit difficult to evaluate, but try it for a week. Try a setting for a week and see how you like it. So yeah, that's what I'd recommend, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you go on to be successful Mercies. Bye.